Welcome. The great book teaches us to acknowledge him in all we do. To invoke the Lord's presence, I invite Pastor Sanford Simon.
Please stand. I invite you to bow your heads with me as we pray. Born out of necessity, not ambition, one people, one powerful vote. In your word, you said there's a time for everything. And today, Lord, we stand before you as a people, as a nation. We thank you, O God, for the opportunity you have given to us over the years. The people, Lord, who continue to look ahead, even in the midst of turmoil, challenges we have been confronted with over the years. Today, Lord, we stand before you, a moment of new beginning. We bring to you, O God, this event, the movement, born out of a people who are ready to look into the future and, Father, to ask for your guidance and leadership. And so we bow before you this evening, thanking you for your mercies, your grace, and your provision. We thank you for the honor of Peter David. We thank you, God, for the commitment he has given, God, to this country over the years, the leadership that he has provided. Today, Lord, he take a step, Lord, at a higher level, to give responsibility and take responsibility, God, of leading a people, Lord, into a place, oh God, where we long to be. Removing the tribalism, looking into the future, how we can collectively work together to ensure we succeed. Father, I pray your blessing over every word that would be spoken, the thoughts that would be exchanged, and the commitment we would make, oh God, to each other and to you, as we submit ourselves not only to your leadership, but, Lord, your wisdom, your guidance, and your knowledge. I pray, oh God, that you, Father, continue to take control not only of our lives, but of this movement we committed to you. And so the people, oh God, that will have the responsibility to provide the leadership, collectively, we thank you and we praise you, oh God, and we give ourselves to be used today. We thank you for what you have done and what you're going to do through us. This we ask in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen.
I invite you to remain standing as we pay tribute to this beautiful nation with the rendition of the national anthem performed by Mr. Jelani Moses. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin this journey, this long journey ahead of a nation as a people, to guide us through this opening moments, I invite you to put your hands together and welcome Mr. Kirk Cedarhill.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This evening, something changes. Far too long, we've been told to pick a side, choose a color, you know what I'm talking about, or stay loyal to a tribe. Tonight, we say enough. Tonight, we reveal a movement with something different. Not green, not yellow, Grenadian. So let's begin where every movement begins, with a story. So let's begin where every movement begins, with a story of why we are here. Alistair Bain, Mr. Chairman, please walk us through that story.
Something just happened in Grenada this evening. Hundreds of Grenadians walked into this room. Some of you have been part of building this movement for months, organizing in villages, hosting conversations, bringing people together. Welcome. Welcome to those of you joining us on radio, on television. Welcome to those of you joining us online, on various streaming platforms. Welcome. Welcome, New York. Welcome, Toronto. Or wherever you are, welcome, London. A very special welcome to those of you joining us for the very first time. But whether you helped birth this movement or you're discovering it tonight, you are all walking out as part of something historic. The movement. Let me tell you what that means. A movement is when ordinary people stop accepting that things can change and start changing them. It is what happened when Grenadians demanded independence and built our own nation. It is what happens when people decide that their future is too important to leave to others. It is what happened tonight when you decided to show up. For months, something has been stirring across the island. Not in party headquarters, not in government offices, in villages, in living rooms, in conversations between neighbors from different political parties, but who shared the same frustration. This wasn't sparked by any single moment. We all saw what happens when decisions are made without transparency, without fairness. But long before that, there has been a slow boil. Politicians gradually moved away from the people they were elected to serve. Decisions made without us, voices ignored, until only party loyalists matter. This can continue. And that is why today, a nurse in St. Andrews is organizing her colleagues. Farmers in St. Patrick's are meeting across fields, across parish halls. Fishermen in Guave and in Grand Mall and in Petit Martinique are wondering about their future. The youth in the town of St. George asking why they have to leave home to find opportunity. Look around this room. People who spend decades loyal to green and yellow. Look at us. We're all sitting in the same room, saying the same thing. This system isn't working. We can do better. Grenada, we can do better. This evening, all these conversations became one voice. All those separate meetings became one movement. Movements don't happen often in Grenada. They happen when the gap between what is and what could be becomes too wide. 19% unemployment among our youth, that is not a number. That is our children packing bags to go abroad to seek opportunities. Meanwhile, families struggle to afford medicine, while farmers struggle to get fair prices for their produce, and fishing export remain in limbo. We must close that gap. The gap between our potential and our reality, that gap is too wide. And tonight, we have decided that that gap must be closed. This room contains teachers, farmers, business people, retirees, students, professionals, people who have never agreed to anything political in their life. But you're here. You're here because you agreed to this. Grenada deserves better. Colleagues, Grenada deserves better. So starting now, this movement spreads to every village, every constituency, every conversation where Grenadians gather and ask, what if we actually fix this? The leader you're about to hear from spent decades proving that results matter more than party colors. That you should not be required to wave a party card to receive benefits. That decisions must be about people and not about party. And that Grenada belongs to every Grenadian and government is for everyone, whether green, whether orange, or whether yellow. That experience combined with the energy in this room is how we build the future Grenada deserves. But this isn't about any one leader. This is about hundreds of Grenadians who just said, we're taking responsibility for our country's future. Tonight, something started that won't stop. Not because of what was said, but because of what was decided. Movements begin when ordinary people stop waiting for someone else to act. When they stop accepting that things can't change. When you look around a room like this and realize that we are the change. We are the change. We are the change. We are the change. And tonight, the movement announces itself to Grenada. And together, we step forward. Together, we move forward. Welcome, Grenada. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the movement.
Okay. This movement belongs to the people building it every single day. People in communities across Grenada. Next up, we have two voices, two perspectives, two reasons why we can't wait any longer. Let me first introduce Mr. Akim Thomas, a next gen from St. Andrew, and Ms. Rolanda McQueen, a businesswoman also from St. Andrew.
Here we go. Wow. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasant evening, my dear friends, my fellow friends and colleagues, I must say pleasant evening. I stand here before you powerful, yes, powerful, as a proud member of this next gen, the pulse that keeps this movement alive, the movement, the next gen. The next gen is not simply an arm. It is not the arm of a political party, I should say. It is a pulse. It is something of vigor, something that keeps the party flowing. It is not an afterthought. It is the rhythm, the energy. It is the energy. I repeat that word, energy. The very rhythm that keeps this party flowing. For too long, young people in Grenada have been treated as simply the future. Yes, just the future. However, we are part of the present as well, and we need to be treated as such. We are ready not for tomorrow. We are ready for now. Yes, I repeat, now. To create and transform the system. The same system that has held us back, to which we all can agree it has held us back, as the youth population. We don't want handouts. We do not want handouts. I should repeat, for the sister in the back, we do not want handouts. We want partnerships. Yes, we want partnerships. We don't want to keep losing our talent to migration, joblessness, hopelessness, lack of educational opportunities, lack of healthcare, lack of proper healthcare, I should say, and the many other ailments that plague our Grenada. Yes, it plagues our Grenada. It plagues our society. We need more. We need better. The next gen demands a Grenada where every young person can build, can dream, and succeed right here at home. We need to succeed right here at home. Where banks support innovation, we need innovation. We need the innovative mind, where ambition is not taxed into failure. I repeat, ambition is not taxed into failure. Where ideas, not connections, open doors. The movement will invest in our people. Yes, invest in our people, our skills, our creativity, our capacity to lead, because real development begins and ends with human development. We will not wait for permission to shape our destiny. We are stepping forward proudly, boldly. The movement needs our energy as much as we need its experience. Together with the wisdom of our elders and the fire of our youth, we will build, I repeat, we will build a Grenada that works well for all Grenadians. I shall repeat that, a Grenada that works well for all Grenadians. Let this be clear, brothers and sisters. Without the young, there is no future. There's absolutely no future. Without the next gen, there is no movement. We are ready. We are ready now. We are the next generation, the pulse of the movement, the very fabric of this movement. And the pulse of the movement is the pulse of a Grenada, P.T. Matnick, and Carriacou. Brothers and sisters, the movement. Everything that could.
Before I speak this evening, I want us to take one moment, just one, to remember who we are as a people who have crossed storms and stood back up. Good evening, Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Matnick. I stand before you as a daughter of this soil, raised by its valleys, toughened by its hills, and inspired by the steady courage of our people. I stand here as a businesswoman, a mother, and a proud Grenadian woman of African heritage. And tonight, I stand as a citizen who has decided that watching from the sideline is no longer enough. Some of you may know my journey. A few years ago, a water company called Clabony was collapsing. People told me to leave it alone. They said the foundation was weak. The system was broken. The risk was too high. But something in me could not walk away because I've already believed that what is ours is worth fighting for. I believe that the spring was still pure. I believe that our people could still build. And today, Montpure stands not because I am extraordinary, but because you, Grenadians are extraordinary. That experience taught me a simple truth. Nothing is wrong with our people. It is our system that must be strengthened. The movement is not just a party. It is a call to stand up, step forward, and take ownership of our country's future. A movement only works when the people move together. And this movement begins right where we live. In our villages, in our churches, in our workplaces, our family tables. It begins with every Grenadian deciding, I am part of the building that comes next. This is how a movement grows. One step, one voice, one community at a time. I stand here tonight because I believe in Grenada building Grenada. Getting a bit emotional. Not as a slogan, not as a performance, but as a real national direction. As someone who has built a successful business, it would be easy to look away, to walk away. But I owe it to Grenada to stand elbow to elbow, heel to heel, and to repair what has been weakened. And I believe deeply that politics must not divide us. We have lost too many friendships, too many partnerships, too many opportunities to the politics of bitterness and scars. We cannot grow a nation by cutting each other down. We can disagree and still respect. We can compete and still cooperate. We can challenge each other and still love Grenada together. Our ancestors crossed oceans in chains, yet held on to dignity, memory, and spirit. Let us use it, not against each other, but to lift each other. I am Rolanda McQueen, and I am the movement.
Thank you, Akim. Thank you, Mrs. McQueen. You've just heard why this movement is needed from a next gen and from a woman who knows what it takes to succeed despite the many challenges. Now let's hear from the people on the ground, the ones running the businesses in our communities, the ones creating jobs, the ones holding families and neighborhoods together while waiting for government to catch up. Community leaders who aren't just talking about change, they're living it just like you every single day. First, we hear from Ms. Pamela Williams from St. Andrew, followed by Andy Best from St. Patrick West, Best in the West, and then a short video on the vision of the movement.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. I am Pamela Williams from St. Andrews, Northeast, a small business owner for more than 30 years in the heart of Grenville. It is during these years of human interaction that have given me great insight into who we are as a people and as a business community. As my patrons enter my establishment, party colors are left behind, only to be replaced by genuine, humble Grenadians. And also the power of unity. My safe space allows patrons to laugh together, to engage in heated debates on issues, receive free advice, and some may even lend a helping hand to those in need. It is not perfect. In fact, it can be messy. But it is real, it works, and to me, it's unity in practice. The realities of Grenada life never go unnoticed, from the farmers' daily worries, the traffickers' plight, youths who have little or no hope for their future, because there are little or no opportunities for entrepreneurship. Mind you, as a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 3, these are the same issues being discussed around my dinner table. My vision for Grenada and for my community is simple: to create real support systems that empower small businesses to grow and expand. I believe in providing meaningful opportunities for entrepreneurs, especially our youths. Through targeting entrepreneurship programs. Additionally, I envision initiatives that support families, ensuring every household has a chance to thrive and contribute to nation's development. The movement, your movement, is based on unity and a genuine desire to move Grenada forward. Unity can work. I have seen it work. So, it is achievable, and it will benefit all. Brothers and sisters, with all hands on deck, change is possible. Our future generation depends on what we, you, and I do now. God bless us all as we aspire to build one nation, our beautiful land, Grenada. Thank you. The movement.
Brothers and sisters, I've never seen such a crowd look so beautiful on such an occasion like this. Mwah. That's what I'm talking about. to those of you who are at home, and those of you who are in the diaspora listening that couldn't be here today, I'm happy that you still are able to give us a listening ear. And that's what's important. Anyone who is desirous of becoming a good leader must first fear God, have love for people, and be a servant. That is how I was raised, and that's how I have tried to live. I was born in the parish of St. Patrick West. And my mom and dad, they carried the surname Best. So it's no coincidence that I am best for the West. I have taught in our schools. I have worked as a tax officer. And through my driving school, I have helped young men and young women take their first step in becoming independent. That's empowerment. And I know some of them are in the audience today. Whenever you believe as a people, you must act. And when you act, you are not becoming an extremist, but you're only exercising faith in what you believe. I believe that St. Patrick can become the hub of Grenada's economy, but only if we work together. The answer to our problems, it is not blame and division. It is unity, discipline, and shared purpose. We often talk about it takes a village to raise a child. You know that saying, right? But what will it take to raise a nation? Have you ever thought about that? It will take faith, cooperation, and leadership that serves the people, not self. The youth of this nation, they are not a problem to be solved, but they are part of the solution to our problems. It is time that we give them the space, trust in them, empower them, so that they can maximize on their true strategy for nation development. Let us build a Grenada where clinics truly serve the people 24/7. Where every opportunity meets every community. And where leadership, Peter, means service, not a privilege. The time has come to move Grenada forward, guided by faith, grounded in service, and united in purpose. Together, yes, together, we, all of us, can make it happen. I am Andy Best, and I am the movement.
I can just press a little bit like it's real hard nowadays. Food price going up, but work price is going up. Everybody complaining about that thing. Like right now, that's a real budget nowadays. You're taking that only for last week? Yeah, I took by my belly and take it. No problem, man. That was man, good. I see it at the end of the day. Yeah. But don't worry about paying, man. I know what it's like.
In the fields, hands work before sunrise. In small offices, new ideas spark. In quiet clinics, care begins before the day does. Across our island, people rise, not waiting on promises, but building through purpose. Imagine a Grenada where talent stays to build, where youth turn skill into opportunity, where communities decide their own future, gathered around tables, not divided by colors. Imagine clinics that heal with dignity, schools that prepare leaders, not immigrants. Imagine systems that serve because people design them to. Because when Grenadians unite, we do more than imagine, we deliver. That's when we stop exporting talent and start exporting solutions. We will show the region and the world that small islands can lead. Grenada will no longer follow, we will pioneer. With hands that work together, with minds that dream together, with hearts that refuse to settle together. The movement isn't just about better politics, it's about proving what's possible.
We will show the region and the world that small islands can lead. Grenada will no longer follow, we will pioneer.
All right, so now it's time for an interactive moment. Earlier tonight, you probably saw the QR codes around the room and with our amazing ushers. That wasn't decoration. That is your voice. That is your key to tonight's live poll, where you get to have your chance to say your thoughts on issues that really matter the most to you and your families. If you've already downloaded the app, go ahead and open it up now. If you haven't yet, no stress. The QR code is on the screen. Join in, scan it, and let's see what this room really thinks. What issue affects your family the most right now? Is it rising cost of living, food, fuel, and housing? Is it access to healthcare and medicine? Job opportunities for the youth? Crime and safety in our communities? Housing and land affordability? Go ahead and let's get your say. Okay, so far it's jobs and opportunities for young people at 41%, 42%, access to quality healthcare and affordable medicine, 11%, housing and land affordability, 7%. We don't seem to be worried about crime and community safety, but the number one priority for you this evening in the room, those of you who have voted and those of you who have voted online, it's the rising cost of living, food, fuel, and everyday essentials, closely followed by job opportunities for young people. I just want you to know that this is a movement of the people, and we will always want to hear from you. So when you log on to our social media pages, you're going to be constantly seeing polls asking you to lend us your voice. Let us know what really matters to you. Ladies and gentlemen, rising cost of living, food, fuel, and essential every day. So we've heard your voices. We've seen the poll results. Now let's talk solutions. This movement has 4 key policy anchors working together in a virtuous circle. When farmers can grow food and small businesses thrive, families eat better and they earn more. When families are healthy, workers are productive and children learn better. When the system is transparent and accountable, resources actually reach the people who need them. And when this all works together, our economy grows, our community strengthens, and Grenada moves forward. Healthcare, jobs and economic opportunity, food security, good governance, not 4 separate promises, one connected system that lifts everyone. For each policy anchor, you'll see a short video showing our vision. Let's start with healthcare, followed by the economy, and then governance.
I'm a single mother of 4 kids. I have a son that is asthmatic. Sometimes the medications are hard to come by. Without the finance, there's nothing going to go on.
Grenadians deserve better health care, delivered by our own people with dignity and care. The challenges we face aren't impossible. The solutions are within reach. More clinics in our communities, smarter support for the systems we already have. Our elders should never be left waiting or forced to travel abroad for basic care. Elder dignity means treatment that is close, accessible, and respectful. When every generation pulls together, we find unity, and together we can build a healthcare system by Grenadians, for Grenadians, and a stronger Grenada for all.
Care starts with the basics. Medicines on the shelves, nurses supported, elders treated with dignity. That's how we move forward, together.
My name is Maureen Samuel, a well-known fish vendor in the Melville Street Fish Market. I work here for 37 years and I'm still there. The thing coming next year, please God, with the ban of the fish, it's going to affect the fishermen, it's going to affect the vendors, and it's going to affect the farmers.
Irrigation system, you need to boost that for farmers. Farmers are the kind of resources to do it on their own.
To start a business in Grenada is very hard as a ghetto youth or somebody who's underprivileged.
Most people not getting the opportunity because some workplace required like a subject. We had the experience, but we just do other subjects.
From farming to fishing, from construction to coding, we'll open real pathways so everyone can earn, build, and stay in Grenada. This is about shopkeepers and farmers, fishers and entrepreneurs, students and skilled workers. Everyone has a place in building our future. By unlocking opportunities for all, we create an economy that includes, empowers, and lifts every Grenadian.
First we question, then we organize. Finally, we move forward, together.
Every year, we hear the same promises. We wait, we hope, but nothing changes. Roads begun, but never finished. Projects announced, then forgotten. Millions spent, and no one can say where it went. That's why we want to change the way government works. Because real good governance doesn't ask for trust. It proves itself in the open. Every budget visible, every asset declared, every parish deciding its own priorities. When citizens can follow the monies, leaders must deliver. When power is shared, progress is real. This isn't about politics or promises. It's about building systems that serve people every single day.
This isn't about trusting leaders. It's about building systems that keeps every leader accountable. First we question, then we organize, then we move forward together.
Not just as a family lawyer, but as an educator and a human rights advocate. So my life's work has been about fairness, about giving people a voice, helping families thrive. And it is because of that commitment that I stand here supporting the movement. Why? Because I know the leader. Over 30 years. As they say, he's not new to this, he's true to this. He's genuine, he cares about people, he's a man of integrity. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. In every role I've known him, as a politician, a government minister, a parent, a grandparent, a neighbor, a friend, one thing has been clear and consistent. This is who he is. He didn't suddenly become this way because of politics. His care for people, it's genuine, it's not an act, it's his nature. He's not concerned with his with personal accumulation of wealth. So he doesn't have to live in a big mansion or live a lavish lifestyle. His focus has always been people. He likes to help people. He wants them to be free, to grow, to thrive, and live their best lives. That's the kind of leaders we want. That's the kind of leaders we Grenadians deserve, who are willing to live simple so that we all can live well. My vision for Grenada is one free from corruption. A Grenada where every person can feel safe, can afford to live well, and can walk in freedom. No more who you know, it's what you can do. Jobs for your talent and abilities, not for your ties and connections. We must build a Grenada for all Grenadians, not one divided by party, color, codes. We're not chasing yellow or green. We're chasing a better Grenada. In the Grenada, you, me, we are fighting for, you're hired because of your competence, not your connections. You're rewarded for your accomplishments and your ability, not your affiliations or your politics. We don't want handouts, we want fair chances. And let me be clear, political leaders are not our bosses. We are the bosses. We are the employers. They are our employees. Accountability and transparency is not optional. That's the job description. And that is why I am here tonight. That is why I stand with this movement. Because accountable, transparent, people-centered leadership should not be a dream or a soundbite when election time comes around. It is a choice. So tonight, together with this movement, you, me, we choose it for Grenada. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Jasmine. Healthcare, jobs, governance. These are solutions. These solutions work when every Grenadian can contribute. And here's the thing. This movement isn't just for Grenadians standing or sitting in this room tonight. It's not even just for Grenadians on the island. Tonight we're joined not only by Grenadians at home, but also our extended family abroad. Whether in New York, Tokyo, Toronto, or London, you carry Grenada in your hearts. You're part of this movement too. Let's hear from someone who represents that global Grenadian family, Dr. Anthony Bridgman, joining us now.
Good evening. By the way, I want to thank you for coming this evening. My heart is beaming with pride to know where we started and where we are today. So give yourself a hand for being here this evening, please. Good stuff. So to my fellow Grenadians at home and across the world, from Brooklyn to Brixton, from Toronto to Trinidad, from Germany to Canada, from Houston, Texas to California, our voices echo in one anthem, one longing, one hope. Grenada must rise again. This evening, I speak not merely as a son of the soil, but as a bridge between the homeland and the diaspora, between those who never left and those who left but never stopped loving home. The diaspora is not an afterthought. For too long, our national conversation has framed the diaspora as supporters from abroad, those who sent remittances, barrels, fundraisers, or donations after a hurricane. And yes, we have done this with pride and generosity. But I want us to understand something deeper. The diaspora is not just an arm of support. It is a pillar of nation building. Grenada cannot become the nation we dreamed of without integrating the knowledge, networks, and resources of the people abroad. The movement sees that truth. This is why our philosophy is clear. A new Grenada must be built with the diaspora at the table, not outside of the room. The time has come for a diaspora partnership model, one that moves beyond charity and into collaboration. We must redefine what it means to be a Grenada, to serve Grenada from abroad. Our people in the diaspora are CEOs, nurses, engineers, entrepreneurs, professors, students, and policymakers. They are our intellectual capital, and the movement intends to harness that for our nation building. Our diaspora policy is not a speech. It is a plan. It is grounded in inclusion, participation, and shared responsibility. This evening, I want to share with you 5 elements of our plan. Number 1, a diaspora economic council. That is a structured council connecting the diaspora investors, innovators, and entrepreneurs with government and private sector partners to co-create national projects in renewable energy, agriculture, health, education, and technology. Number 2, a diaspora investment and innovation fund, a transparent mechanism for diaspora capital, big and small, to invest in Grenadian startup, tourism, digital services, and infrastructure. You shouldn't have to know someone to invest in your own country. Number 3, dual citizenship engagement framework, a pathway for second and third generation Grenadians to claim their roots, engage in service learning, and contribute to development. Number 4, we're talking about establishing diaspora citizenship with Grenadians, dual citizenship program, where folks from the United States and all over Europe, wherever they are, Grenadians are, can become part. Not just come on vacation, but serve Grenada. For example, a nurse in the United States collaborating with nurses at TAMCC. Another example can be a teacher in London collaborating on curriculum work with teachers in Carriacou. It can happen. Investment in agriculture collaborating with farmers in St. Andrews. Doing this can make us feel part of Grenada. Ladies and gentlemen, people have asked me, why the movement? Why did I join the movement? My answer has never changed. I love leadership. And anything that calls for Grenada to redefine and reimagine Grenada, I am for it. And listening to Peter, his voice, his interests, listening to the grassroots people as to what we can do for Grenada, I said, I am in. We moved away from tribalism. We moved towards something in common for the common person on the ground, for all Grenadians. This is the reason why that I'm here this evening to support the movement. So wherever you are, to my folks in the U.S., in the diaspora, come home. Be part of the change. Yes, I heard your voice many times that it's difficult to start up a business here in Grenada. The questions that they ask you, the way that they look at you as you're suspicious. Who are you? I'm saying that there's a new change on the horizon to come home and invest. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a lot to do, and I want to thank my New York folks who are here to support the launch of this movement. Lots of work have been done in doing this. So as we move together, this is just the beginning. There will be a time come when we'll be tested. People are going to say other movements or other parties have formed, and within a couple of weeks, they have died. But you know what we did, and the difference between this one is the work that we have done to prepare the way, the structures that are in place, the systems that are in place to move us forward. And as I end today, there's a whole lot of scared people around Grenada right now. I have to say. Oh yes, there's a whole lot of scared people. Let them be scared, but we want to invite them to join us. Come on in, it's an open house. It doesn't matter where you are, what you have been, what you have said. There's a new place that we can take you in. So come on in. Thank you for your support, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Bridgman, and I support the movement, and I'm glad to be the movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bridgman. For months now, you've heard the whispers. You've felt the energy building in and taking shape, the movement taking shape in your communities, in your hearts, in the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, that movement gets its name. In the darkness of all politics, we choose to be light. Ladies and gentlemen, the Democratic People's Movement. Tonight is not the end of anything. It is the beginning of everything. Tomorrow, Parish and Diaspora listening tours continue. Your voice will shape this platform. Tonight, your voice enters this movement. Tonight, you write the next chapter.
Where's the speech? Where's the speech? Where's the speech? You saw it. The Democratic People's Movement is no longer an idea. It's real, it's alive, and it's yours. And tonight, you did more than witness history. You shaped it in this room, in every parish and across our diaspora. A new Grenada is taking its first steps. Together we move from division to unity. Together we move from promises to action. Together we move from stagnation to progress. You know, they have said we are too divided. They have said we are too afraid, too weary, too tired. But we have set about defying conventions, upsetting projections, and making a lie of lazy analyses. Tonight is not just about a moment. It's about a movement. We are determined to make history. Not just for the making's sake, but for the sake of revival and rebuilding. For the sake of building a society worthy of both its name and its culture. And we speak of history as a future. Brothers and sisters, let me welcome you here. Let me thank all of you for attending. Let me recognize, first of all, the people from the town of St. George. Give yourself a round of applause. Without you, I would not be here. Without you, I would not be standing on this podium. I also want to recognize my two brother senators from the House. Brother Andrew Lewis, senator, but also president of the TUC and of TAU. And my brother Sinclair, who is a farmer's man, who is one of the best farming representatives we have in the Senate. I welcome both of you here this evening. And I see my brother Louis walking with his right hand, brother Xavier, also of Tau. And I also recognize in the audience, I think she's still there, my sister Daisy Hazard, the president of the Public Workers Union. I recognize you. Thanks for coming. I want to recognize the ambassadors of Cuba and of Venezuela. I want to welcome you here this evening. You are friends of Grenada. And I know there are representatives from the Chinese embassy here too. I welcome you here this evening. I want to thank all of you who've come here. I want to thank the team who's made this possible. Mr. Chair, I have to call him Mr. Chairman. He's the chairman of the movement. My brother who spoke earlier, and all of the persons who have worked hard. I know they've worked very hard over the last several months. I see former Senator Clouden. Sorry for not recognizing you, former senator. You still remain a senator. I see my brother Terry Marshall, the leader of the Martyrs Foundation, here with us. So there's a whole lot of people here with us celebrating. My brother, the president of the bar. How can I forget you, sitting there so humbly as you always are, my dear brother Francis Paul, president of the Bar Association. So brothers and sisters, I am happy. I am happy this evening because we've made a lot of progress. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, in every nation, there comes a moment when the familiar paths no longer serve the collective good. When politics becomes a game of personalities and power, the people, the true architects of the nation's destiny, are left on the margins. Grenada now faces such a moment. I stand before you tonight humbled. I stand hopeful. I have traveled all through this country these last few months, not just to speak, but to listen. The many stories echo in my head. I heard the voices of mothers and fathers worried about their children's future. The dreams of businessmen and businesswomen struggling against the tide. What I heard was the frustration with politics as usual. What I heard was the sound of a country holding its breath. I felt the profound, aching truth that our politics has become a mirror of our divisions, not a catalyst for our unity, for our development. This is why we are here tonight. This movement has been nurtured in grassroots Grenada, organized on street corners and under traffic lights. It has been forged by the fire of shared hope and the undeniable realization that our country needs to be whole again. Our children and grandchildren deserve a future worthy of the lessons of the past and the hopes and opportunities of the present. We are all here tonight bearing witness for a cause worth fighting, united by our love for this country and our belief in its possibilities. Whatever the questions we will face, the answers will always come back to you, the people. For decades, many of us have tried to change this country by first changing the organizations we have joined. And as we have found out the hard way, there has been an entrenched political class that puts up resistance to that change. When we entered these halls and demanded more for workers, they called us troublemakers. When we insisted that we should fulfill the biblical precepts of the poor inheriting the earth, they have thrown shade and called us power hungry. People wanting a better life and yearning for it, and their champions fighting for their dreams. It's not being power hungry, it's being fair, it's being right. This ancient dream we have of building a better Grenada must not wane. It is still alive. Let me, if you'll allow me, quote the great Nelson Mandela. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. And frankly, this is not just my story. This is the Grenadian story. Grenada, together we are getting back up. Grenada, tonight we are off and running again, but this time in our own shoes. We shall dance on our own beat and sing the songs of hope tonight. As we move forward, let's stand here tonight unapologetic, and let's move forward unbowed. So many nights we have been on our knees in supplication, sometimes even in desperation. We are now ready to get back up on our feet, bold and daring and more determined. Bitter experiences of the last 40 years has taught us all. And we are finally coming to the conclusion. Sometimes you have to move forward with heart and build a new home when the house is so broken, it cannot be renovated. Today's sun has already set here over St. George's this Sunday night. But tomorrow, we can look towards a new rising sun. We move forward with hope in knowing, as our new theme song says, the sun rises every day without fail, a brand new morning and another chance to sail people united will always be strong. Why does this movement resonate? Why is it a necessity? Why are all of you here this evening? The Democratic People's Movement is built on a simple, profound philosophy. The strength of a nation lies not in the power of the few, but in the participation of all. The strength of a nation lies not in the power of a few, but in the participation of all. We are not about leaders or parties. We are about ideas, policies, and action. We are here to elevate politics above acrimony, to place issues over personalities, and to build a framework for governance that is transparent, accountable, and rooted in service. It was a year ago this month that we finally drew a line in the sand, refusing to surrender to slander and the bacchanal. We won't get beat down, not anymore. We won't get beat down anymore. As we journeyed, we have taken inspiration from the book of Corinthians. There was a place and there was a time when we were hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed. There was a place and there was a time when we were persecuted, but not abandoned. There was a place and there was a time when we were struck down, but not destroyed. We can proudly declare here tonight that we are all from the belly of the proud people of this land. We all belong to something greater than ourselves. We cannot be expelled from the legacy of the struggles of our forebears. We build forward, understanding that it's time this generation cashes the back pay checks owed to their grandparents. Tonight is not the night for a broad policy declarations, for in the coming weeks and months, we shall unveil the progressive agenda for empowerment. That shall simply be known as PAE or pay. But let me be clear about what holds this movement together and holds it steady. 3 anchors, some of it mentioned earlier. 3 commitments, 3 promises we make to you. First of all, work that pays and stays. Under the PAE program, every young person in Grenada under the age of 35 seeking to acquire their first home shall be granted a down payment grant. $35,000 for a single person, $50,000 for a married couple. We will order a national human resource reset. Under a Ministry of Employment and Empowerment, we shall conduct a full survey of every single person in the job market, working or not working, to find out exactly what are their job and career aspirations, to ascertain their skill level, and then develop training and pathway opportunities fueled by policies that will create avenues for investment, engagement, and employment. We ain't got gold, we don't have diamonds. We may get some oil, but that may take some doing and some time. But what we know we have is people. And that is what we need to invest in. Our people are our greatest resource, and we must start to act as if we know this to be true. For too long, the potential of Grenada's small businesses has been stifled by an outdated and burdensome regulatory environment. We will streamline the processes involved in starting a business, cutting through unnecessary red tape and eliminating bureaucratic bottlenecks that stifle innovation and job creation, particularly with respect to the next gen. We will overhaul the ease of doing business in Grenada by improving access to capital, a major problem, simplifying registration procedures, and ensuring that our small businesses have the resources they need to survive. Empowering people is about promoting independence and respecting dignity. When we empower people, when we improve their conditions, it helps expand the economy. It creates larger bases for businesses, the very process which in turn creates more wealth. Poverty is not only bad for people, it is bad for business. Poverty is not only bad for people, it is bad for business. So we need to create the conditions as indicated. The second pillar, food that feeds us. We cannot win the fight against the cost of living unless we win the fight for national food security. We must empower our farmers and fisherfolk, making the commitment to agricultural revitalization a national priority, not a political afterthought. My experience as Minister of Agriculture taught me that we have the soil and the skill. What we lack is consistent, structured support. We must turn our farmers and fishers into modern, resilient entrepreneurs. We will promote a comprehensive plan for modernization and market access. This includes guaranteed market pricing for local staples, subsidized climate-smart irrigation and technology, and local processing facilities to reduce post-harvest losses. Our goal is to cut our food import bill while stabilizing domestic prices. On this note, I want to applaud my good friend, my brother Claude Douglas, on his new book on the issue of cost of living. I urge you to get it. It's a good read. I think he's somewhere in the audience tonight. Maybe you can ask him. We are launching this movement at a time of profound global change. The world around us is shifting in ways that directly affect our survival as small island states. My time as foreign minister made it clear. When great powers clash, small island developing states face the real liability of being caught in the crosshairs. We must move with extreme caution to protect our national sovereignty. We cannot trade our dignity believing that it is for survival. Without dignity, there is no survival. Our foreign policy and economic policy must be fused. We need an economic resilient policy to shield Grenadian families from imported inflation and trade volatility. When fuel or food prices surge abroad, it is the families in River Sally and River Road, Shantimel and Croshoe that suffer the immediate squeeze. We will build strategic food reserves for essential commodities and negotiate long-term bulk procurement contracts with diverse suppliers. We must incentivize domestic production to actively reduce our import dependency, thereby reducing our exposure to external economic shocks. Third pillar, healthcare that reaches you. A great society is measured by how it cares for its most vulnerable. Healthcare is a fundamental right. I repeat, healthcare is a fundamental right. And this movement will deliver a system defined by compassion, accessibility, and dignity. In improving our healthcare through making more investments in healthcare workers and the facilities and equipment, we must be careful not to develop a system where money will determine who lives and who dies. But our investment in healthcare must start with the promotion and support of wellness. We will speak in the future about our national wellness agenda. My time as Minister of Labor reinforced the value of our human capital, our nurses, doctors, and caregivers. COVID reminded us of the value of our frontline and essential workers who sacrificed for our safety during the pandemic. The crisis in healthcare is not just a building issue. It is not about a building. It is a people issue, and that is where we must focus. We have let down those who serve us, leading to staff burnout and emigration. We must respect and reward them and provide the resources and an environment that they can work in to care for us. This movement is also the modern embodiment of this uneasing struggle for unity. And so, we shall not be beat down anymore. We choose grace over grievance. We are guided by principles, not preferences. You, the people, are building a new house so that no one will accuse you of squatting. And you are building it with heart. This movement belongs to you. You own it, and you will shape it. We are building a movement that upholds dignity and transparency. Coming from the many discussions over the last year in particular, we have agreed that our internal structure will prioritize continuous education and cross-sectoral collaboration. Representatives of the people will be held to a high standard of accessible public engagement, ensuring we are always ready to sit down, listen, and build consensus. We will form a government that will formalize community councils and constituency units, giving them genuine decision-making autonomy over local projects and resource allocation. This will mean that our representatives will return to Parliament as ambassadors of their communities. We can only be guaranteed good governance through better democracy. Our conscience for a better time and a different time must fuel all of us. We must not just ache or feel bad for the poor. We must do something about it. We must just not empathize with mothers being crushed by the weight of inflation. We must do something about it. We must not condemn the troubled youth. We must stand with them and do something about it. Leaders of this movement will not be fueled by their own ego, but by respect for the very people we wish to lead. Leaders of the movement must inspire hope, forge unity. We will not be participants in striving to burn down this country so that some can inherit the ashes. It's time for us to make policy for the people, not to make mawet with the people. There's not only a local context in which this movement is emerging. We are launching this movement at a time of profound global change. The world around us is shifting in ways that directly affect our survival as small island states. Grenada must build a diplomacy that serves our development, creating partnerships that empower our people, attract sustainable investment, and strengthen resilience. Since my entry into politics as a teenager, and my life's work has been in the cause of the workers of the country. The cause for workers is an eternal cause, an unceasing struggle, and we shall continue to fight for every worker. I want to draw this line in the sand and say workers' rights are not a thing of the past. It must be the way for the future. I have been in the halls of government where I've had to fight for us to accept that simple principle. And we got to be down for it. When in this movement, we shall be beat down no more. The movement is being built by young people, next gen. You are not the beneficiaries of our plans. You are the architects. You set the agenda. You chart the course. This common moment is our moment. Our task to ensure your empowerment becomes greater and more urgent. Our task is to guide you, to help you claim your era. We are the bridge for the future. Tonight, brothers and sisters, comrades all, is a moral obligation. We are here to claim a story of how, at a time of division and doubt, we chose unity and courage. The men and women standing with me and the many others who will present themselves as we move forward are not career politicians. You heard some of them. They are not career politicians. They are citizens answering a call. They are committed. They are committed to this long journey. Understand that the greatest rewards are often the ones that require the greatest endurance. The greatest rewards require great endurance. Tonight, hundreds are gathered in this room, but we represent thousands more in every parish, across our diaspora, in the villages and families where these conversations started. This movement belongs to you. You shaped it. You own it, and you will decide what we become. So here is what I ask. Not your vote, not yet anyway. Not your allegiance. That must be earned by us. We ask for your courage. And we know that it takes courage these days to get involved. We ask for your conviction, your willingness to build something that has never existed in Grenada before. They will say that it cannot be done. They will say that we are too small and it's too late. But we say, watch us, look at us. Better yet, we say, join us. Because first we question, then we organize, finally we move forward together. So brothers and sisters, comrades all, I say to you, let's get to work. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you to everybody for coming. We really feel humbled by the fact that so many of you are here. I see many friends who I haven't seen for years. Friends who I call real friends. I see my brother, just give me 1 minute, I see my brother Ishmael standing there. I see brothers and sisters from all over the country. Let me say this to you, and I just feel moved to do this. I want to thank you all. I see people here who may not agree with everything you say. But at least you care. You listen. And I hope you make a contribution. As I said earlier, we are not asking you to vote just yet. We're just asking you to have the courage to help us to build something different, something new, something that we could bring all of us together. Everybody in this room cared or voted for another party. But you are here. Why are you here? You are here because you represent. Thank you. May God bless you. Have a wonderful
Yeah. Sure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The sun rises every day without fail. Each morning another day sets sail. A united people will always be strong. So in harmony let's sing the same song. When the future beckons, there are opportunities we reckon. Together we strive, our hearts intertwine. Grenada a home of beauty to find. When we hit the road, know that orange is the code. And as we seek to build our future, we have to stand together. Raise your voice all over Grenada. Tell the people we move together. We lift each other up hand in hand. Each star reminds us that we stand. For every step forward, we break the chain. With love in our hearts, we'll ring the train. When the future beckons, there are opportunities we reckon. Together we shine, our hearts intertwine. Grenada a home, a future to find. As we hit the road, know that orange is the code. And as we seek to build our future, we have to stick together. Raise your voice all over Grenada. Tell the people we move together.
Well, it seems like it's a party. I know you heard me telling Mr. David that we got about 4 songs, right? So let's go, DJ Fred, let's go on. Let's go. Feel free to dance, do what you want. You're already doing what you want anyway. Let's go. Guess about now. People, keep on learning. Soldiers, keep on warring.
preachers keep on teaching. Preachers keep on preaching. Oh, 'cause this world is gonna keep on turning, but it won't be so long. No, no. Listen, believers, keep on believing. Preachers, go on and keep on preaching. So all of y'all that's been sleeping, just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. No, 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 no. I'm so glad you let me try it again, 'cause my last time on earth I lived the whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know that I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Yeah, yeah, till I reach the highest. Yeah, till I reach the highest ground. Till I reach the highest ground. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Reach the highest. Till I reach the highest ground. Till I reach the highest ground. Till I reach the highest ground. Yeah. Let's keep it going, fellas. As soon as we wake up, we feel we ancestors right there. Rhythm in the head, no worries till they let them the spirits lead the way. Hands up in the sky, drums calling, sun rising high. Colors and pants, we blazing. We doing you guys ready for the movement? Hey, I'm feeling the love in the air. It's the energy, feeling the vibes everywhere. We belong to the rhythm and this is we culture. Carnival calling, let me shake the ground 'cause that's what we come for. This is me calling. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lele lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Rhythm in the blood, feeling it multiplying. Where the sun and rain, we culture and show, keeping the good vibes rolling. So fly in the veins, you know it's mass we playing till the morning. No stressing, hands up in the air, jump up and wave. I'm feeling the love in the air, it's the energy, feeling the vibes everywhere. We belong to the rhythm and this is we culture. Carnival calling, let me shake the ground, shake it right now. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lele lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Feeling it calling, is a mass we playing. Drums calling, we free up, we soul every step of the way. Feeling it calling, feeling it calling. Jump up and wave, I'm feeling the love in the air, it's the energy, feeling the vibes everywhere. We belong to the rhythm and this is we culture. Carnival calling, let me shake the ground. Listen, right now. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da. Ole lele lom delele, ole lele lom dele lom da.
Let's pause 1 second. We're going to pull this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for coming out this evening. We want to thank you for your time. We want to encourage you to follow the movement. We want to wish you a safe journey home. And we want to remind you, forward and together we move. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go, Fearless.